is time, once again, for that special show.
The special show. The only show.
The most special of shows.
That decodes the covers that you love, that we love, that we all love. That's why we're back. That's why we're back, baby.
Back, baby.
Episode 3. It's getting cold here. It's getting cold.
But I feel warm.
We got nice beards working.
We all have beards. We're all very hairy men.
That's right.
I'm surrounded by hairy Fremundus.
We've got North beards. We've got South beards.
Yeah, it's a nice Bavarian padding for the winter. Yeah, nice padding here.
I'm just saying, you're looking very svelte.
Yeah,
I feel like if I'm going to raid with anyone, it's going to be you.
Yeah, exactly. If I have all the padding, I could take a few spear points.
Yeah,
no problem.
If I take an arrow, I would like to snuggle with you. I'm just saying.
And like I had to scrape the fucking ice off my car. I actually invented a new thing. This is a Ink's redneck tip. Take a sandwich bag. Take yourself a sandwich bag. You fill it with hot water. It then becomes your ice eraser of salvation. You take it outside and you put it on your car windshield.
And you just lube up your window with hot bag. You rub hot bag on your window.
And then you're able to carve yourself a little porthole that you can drive to work in. And then you're cool.
Warm portcullis.
That's right.
I like to drive with an expressionistic painting in front of me, which means I think that blur is a car. I think that blur is a building.
That blur was a human.
It's now a red stain.
Red.
Well, you can try that tomorrow. And remember, if irreparable damage happens to your windshield, you learn that on Pinterest. So, and speaking of irreparable damage, it doesn't happen in the cover world, or it rarely happens in the cover world.
But this episode, we might be tapping into some irreparable coverage.
Well, there's always a second chance.
Perhaps.
There's always a second chance to go good or bad with your covers. There are reissues. There are special editions. There are deluxe editions. There are box sets. The covers are out there, people. And we're finding them. We're finding them for you, but we're finding good covers and bad covers today of the same material.
And if I may jump off the horse, as people will say.
Jump on the horse.
I would like to kick this one off.
You jump on that horse and you ride it into the goddamn sunset.
Thank you, young man.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget your hot bag of water.
I will
to
take
de-ice your
my
horse.
my hot portcullis, as seamen would call each other. Here, see the nice hot portcullis next to me.
What are we, like 5 minutes in and semen is back on the menu, boys?
Yeah,
back on the menu, boys.
Everything's about semen.
Yeah, Mandrake is quivering over there in his chair.
Yes, Engineer Von Mandrake.
I just can't help myself.
I have a chance to make more spawn. If you recall from our last episode, I got very whoa about some things in the VHS world, including you'll remember that year 1992. I was excited about this. Magical year for children. And it was a magical year.
All right.
Because as a child, there were 2 movies I remember, as we talked about last time, a split second. The other one, which I'm glad didn't come up, was a wonderful little item known as Army of Darkness.
Ooh. Army of Darkness.
Ooh,
nice.
yes. Oh, crispy.
Groovy. It was coming out eventually.
Yes, pull out your boomsticks, pull out your chainsaws. Right. Now,
don't swallow any people.
If you'll remember in the first episode, I had also called this my Persona cover. Which
you did.
No one could...
You dropped that bomb on us
no
and we
one
weren't
could
ready
piggyback
to
on me! I didn't have my legs!
Well, like sometimes, some days, and Engineer could back me up on this, some days you feel like a funk cover. Some days you feel like an old... cummy paperback from the 1970s.
Just covered in yellow binding.
Yellow binding. And then some days you feel like a crispy one color fucking
underwear satchel from
right.
under your bed that your mom found. What are these? Get out of here, Mom!
Damn it!
They used to be white!
Dude!
That's a... Well,
Jason's mom doesn't do this.
We won't go into true stories about parents making beds and what they find.
Hey, everyone had happy.
Why did you decide of all days to make my bed? Yeah. You never do this.
In a world Where mom makes beds, she finds forbidden fruit.
Tony, is this a mitten? It wasn't a mitten before. Now the fingers are stuck together.
What shall she find this afternoon?
Bum, 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 bum.
Will it change young Bringenier's
The stained glove.
Will tapes forever be scarred?
Anyway,
Why
jumping
are there
back.
holes ripped in the crotches of all your stuffed animals?
Ooh,
Suspense.
Pinky the Bear.
Action.
Anyway,
Lots of romance.
jumping back
Too
into the
much
covers
romance.
Semen.
here. 1992.
Mandrake root.
Army of Darkness. This cover, it's got it really encompasses everything about the film, and you can just tell right off the bat when you look at it.
It's a strong cover.
It's a very strong cover. I'm going to get into that a little more, but first, before we get into that, I want to talk about the All-Star. I want to talk about the All-Star behind the cover. Here it comes. I'm here with Tony Mathis, and we're talking about the gameplay. So first, we got to get inside the head of the player, and our player here is known as Michael Casaro. All right. Now, if you would like to pull up our first little ditty here, you're going to have a little look at Michael Casaro.
Well, real quick, if you guys go to our website, we're going to have these links up so you can follow along. Or if you're
Absolutely.
if you want to go back and be like, what are they talking about? What? And you'll be able to click on what we're talking about.
That's right.
He looks like a dark wizard.
Now, Michael Casaro looks...
He is a level... All right.
No.
He's a level 40 necromancer.
He is a level 40
straight up
necromancer with that beard, baby.
It's close. Here's what happened.
chaotic evil.
Here's what happened. Michael Casaro is from a sitcom known as The Devil and Me.
Wait, hold on, real quick.
It's a sitcom
real quick.
known as Devil and Me.
Are you tanging us?
Are we getting
Listen,
taped right now?
Known as Devil and Me. And basically, it was Lucifer is hanging out in hell, and he's like, man, I'm so bored down here. It sucks. And, you know, Beelzebub's like, hey, Satan, you want to torture someone? Maybe do some raping? And he's like, no, I think I just want to try living a normal life. So basically, he goes upstairs.
Holy shit, it's on IMDb. Damn it.
This is seriously a real thing?
He looks exactly like himself, but a man version.
What the This is a new sitcom.
Now, hold on. I have to be honest, I totally just...
You made that up. You put it
him.
out there.
I wasn't expecting the Devil and Me.
Dark Lords
He
responded.
answered.
They said,
But
oh,
go back.
oh.
Does he not look like the devil just came to Earth and was like, you know, I want to work at a grocery store.
No, I'm going to be dead honest with you.
Maybe work at...
He either looks like he's in a metal band, or he's an occultist, or he's homeless.
This is John Malkovich's son, who
I
used his
want to
daddy's
be an
money,
artist, Dad.
to get all the drum kits, all the drum sets and sticks that he needed to start his own punk band, but no one showed up, so he grew out a wicked beard, and he started recording his own stuff.
Absolutely. So anyway, Casaro grew up. I think he started painting at the age of 6. And
This is real Casaro.
This is real Casaro.
This
Yeah,
is pure
this is real
Casaro.
time. This is not Devil and Me.
This isn't
Satan
fake
sitcom.
bullshit show
Yeah,
you're
this
coming
is-
up with.
this is
Oh,
real
okay,
time.
okay.
Michael
Casaro.
Winnan, if you listen to this, we're doing you justice right now. Go.
Yeah, this is the real time. Although, hey, if you're in a sitcom called Devil and Me, I'll watch the shit out of that.
It's a strong title.
Anyway, apparently he started painting at the age of 6. He had an early love of painting. He went to the College of Fine Art in L.A. And he started crafting his art. Now, go ahead and open up the next slide there, and we'll have a little flavor.
Just click right on this bad boy.
Do you ever just look at a portrait of someone and wonder what they smell like?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy smells
All the time. He smells like
hard of
cinnamon.
Sandalwood.
He smells like cinnamon and
That's what I was
blood.
thinking. I was thinking spices.
So as we can see here, he began painting.
Ooh.
He basically began painting clown nobles from Insane Clown Posse, or 1,000 Days of Sodom in the Circus. So this is kind of a taste.
This
is a horrifying.
This is my vision of hell.
Taste of
Oh
art.
my goodness.
Yeah, you know.
Spawn has nothing on this guy.
So
John Leguizamo cannot even get close.
yeah, Boingo and Pins the Clown
Yeah,
are
not
spending
even.
100 days in a mansion,
No, sir.
raping the concession
Oh my
stand
God.
guy.
God, and he's crying while he's doing it.
He's crying.
He's got his golden flower and the weird spirally nose.
He's
thing.
crying cotton candy tears.
He's got that Jack Nicholson smile.
Yeah. So this is kind of what he does,
I
but
feel like his breath probably smells like hot dogs.
Or what you hope is hot dogs.
or
He's got mustard
God, I
between
hope
the
that's
teeth.
hot dogs.
just carny. Anyway, so as you can see, he is hyper detailed,
Yeah,
and
he
this
is.
is all done. He does oil and gesso board,
Okay.
which gesso is basically a lathered weird cream thing that you spread on board,
so-
and it allows you to get
You got this one, engineer?
Here's what I use it for.
Okay.
You go ahead.
It's a nice
depends.
facial mask. It makes your
It gives
pores
you
really
a nice
exfoliate.
tooth. It gives you a nice tooth
Yeah.
on your board. So here's the deal. If you're using a canvas, I mean, if you put your paints right on that
You
canvas,
raw dog.
if you raw dog that
Yeah.
canvas, you're gonna have some like major canvas texture on there.
You're
Some
gonna
people
have
like
some
that.
pits.
Some people like I was, and I'll say this real quick. I was anti-gesso for a long time, but when you're trying to get those straight, creamy lines like he has, gesso is a must.
Yeah, and then you're spending a lot of time
Listen.
trying to get all the paint into the canvas holes.
You don't want your painting to look like Michael Ironside's face,
Yeah,
okay?
that's right.
You don't want those potholes in your road.
Pockmarks, bro.
You know?
Yeah, pal.
You want that painting to be strong, bro.
Be strong.
In
Yeah.
short,
In short,
gesso your canvas.
it is the
If
foundation.
it's board, I don't really see the point. I mean, I put it on my
Well,
boards too, but I mean,
Sometimes it depends
board's a
on
little
if he's using like a masonite, right? It's gonna really like be slick. So
I think he
your
sands
paint
his
come
boards
off.
too, so I think he just goes for the smoothest possible texture he can get. And look at it, it really
Well,
comes
okay,
out.
so and I'll say this too. God, we're getting into the weeds on this, but one
That's
more
good.
again, gesso keeps your paint from soaking into the medium. So let's say you're using raw wood, that paint's gonna soak into the medium. You have to go over and over and over that spot till finally it builds enough paint to get that, that nice,
That nice yeasty
nice
finish.
fucking, that
Here's the
fucking
thing, though.
line.
You guys are gonna. This is
Yeah,
important
so
for you to hear because you're gonna see a lot of the artists we look at. They do oil on gesso.
And this is important. I mean, like, just doing 3 episodes already, I've learned a ton. Like, artists that I've looked up to for a long time, like, they must have some sort of, like, special paint firing gun machine. And I'll never, No.
No.
They're using the same shit we're all using.
here's the deal.
They're
If you
just masters.
if you are a great artist, if you're a good artist,
You're gonna perfect. You're gonna craft. You're gonna find the best
You can
method
use crayons.
you
for
can
your
use
painting.
crayons. Exactly. I'm a drummer. I play the drums, and if you're a good drummer, doesn't matter what drum set you
can
Oh,
sit
drum
behind.
with your dick, bro.
You can slap off your big old, 6-footer and just slap on the skins, and you're gonna make that thing sound amazing.
But what matters is the tool fits you.
Yeah,
You have to find the thing that
I'm not
fits
gonna sit
your
here and
style.
lie and say that the tool doesn't matter. I mean, you can
Oh,
get what
it
you want,
does, but
the truth is if you can't afford the best stuff, use what you have.
It will mold around the
Work
artist.
with
It will
Yeah,
mold to the
work
artist.
with your craft, and then eventually you'll build yourself up.
Well, and
you
this
know.
guy does everything. He does charcoal. He does acrylics. He does everything. But
That's
I think
fantastic.
now can we switch from this picture?
no. This is important.
So I'm not sure how this relates to.
No, this is important. What do you see in this picture? Like, what does it give you? It's horrifying, right?
It's gross. It's kind of pretty.
yes.
The color palette's beautiful.
There's like a
But-
jeweled flower in the
It's-
front that is just.
It's
popping.
it's comical. It's still funny.
I don't know, man.
Like it's goofy. It's goofy.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't see that. It's disconcerting. It's beauty and filth.
Exactly.
It's beauty and filth.
But because of that,
It
you
is
can
beauty and
laugh.
filth.
Like I feel like I can laugh at this.
Now after this, and buying a medallion from every religion, I'm gonna look like Benny from.
Come on, John. Come on, Inks. Don't you want to laugh? Don't you want to laugh with me?
Benny from the Mummy, just choo, just cowering with my different medals, my religious.
Do you want to know
items.
what ruined clowns for me? Here's what ruined clowns for me.
Yeah, did one
Here's
touch you on
the
the
deal.
pita?
The
Is that what
claws
happened?
out
You were,
everywhere.
No.
you were in the ball.
Claw-
you were in the
claw
ball
alert.
pit. The big finger
Yeah.
came right in.
The
We
claw
already
alert.
mentioned it, dude. Insane clown posse.
Oh yeah.
Ruined clowns for me. It just became this dumb
and
kind
why,
of thing.
Why do we call them juggalos as it would?
What
'Cause they
is a
juggle.
juggalo?
I don't know. I don't want to get in the whole. I don't want to get in the
Let's not
whole
talk about
thing.
it.
We're gonna
I don't
cover
like
decode
it.
that
Ruined
later.
Clowns.
Next
All right.
slide.
No, here. Wait. Listen. Here's the thing. Real quick.
Okay.
Have you seen The
God,
Evil
you're
Den?
still looking at this thing.
Yep.
Could you imagine that as a deadite?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So this is what I'm getting at.
I haven't seen Evil Dead in a long time, but Deadeye is like a zombie.
It's one of the possessed. They're possessed by Kandarian demon,
that's right,
and they
that's right.
become.
And
They're not
this-
really zombies.
This is a Deadite. They are
it's a
goofy.
demon
They are
zombie.
weird, but they are scary.
Yeah, 'cause
They entitle all that. This is what I'm getting
They
at.
finally got themselves a body. They're on Earth. They want to have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens is this guy is painting this shit, right? This awesome, weird, creepy, funny, whatever shit.
He's going ham.
And all of a sudden, he's contacted by these guys, and they say, "Hey, you know what? We'd like you to do the cover for Army of Darkness."
Hey, come on. Sometimes you gotta do.
So-
you know this is painted in
What you gotta
2017. It looks like. Right?
Well, I know, but he's got. Here's the thing. I tried to get an interview.
This isn't updated work,
Yeah, no. Well, this is updated. I mean, fairly recently.
dude. So
I tried to get an update, an interview from Casaro. I was not able to nail it down, but the fact of the matter is,
Hey, listen up. One of these days, you guys are gonna be coming for us for interviews.
yeah,
right?
you're gonna come.
We're not gonna be calling
You're gonna
you
come
anymore.
for me.
That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
mean, you're gonna walk over
I'm
to
not
me
gonna have
and ask
any
me
more
for a
restraining
cover.
orders put out
Not
against
like
me
the
because I
Mandrake
called you.
sense.
That's right. Those restraining orders are gonna
I'm
be
not
dropped.
bitter. I'm not bitter.
It wasn't my war.
What am I want? Thank you, Rambo. Anyway, the point.
I come here twice. No one gives me the interview.
Anyway, I really appreciate it, though. He did get back to me.
Oh, that's cool.
And he said, "Let's
Thank
set it
you,
up,"
Michael.
and it just fell through. But he's a busy dude. He's got to paint clowns masturbating on their own
he's
tears.
got to paint
It's fine.
crying clowns.
Yeah, crying clowns.
Exactly.
Literally, that's one of his paintings. It's great. Anyway,
I
has to go to
don't
some-
like his chin ring. He's got a little
Dude,
chin ring. It's sparkling. Move. Let's move.
we
was
gotta
good.
move on. I'm trying to move on here, and you're focusing on the chin ring, and
That's what
and
this
the,
painting
the
does.
whirly do on his nose. There,
I'm sorry, tapes, but you have unleashed this thing upon us, and
we're
cannot
doing
take,
Army of Darkness.
we
Anyway,
cannot take our eyes off of it.
the point is,
Click.
I feel like he was contacted because of this flavor, this dark kind of.
Well, what was he doing before that?
I don't know. I couldn't find out what he was doing before that, but I'm assuming it was this kind of stuff. What I found out on the Wikipedia, if you trust that site, is that his flavors were influenced by Baroque and Rococo, which I think is like a candy. I don't know. Maybe it was a candy maker at some point in his life.
That's right.
It's fine. Yeah, he liked eating Rococo. The point, the
Baroque?
fact,
That's an artistic movement.
yeah, it's a style.
Style.
It's
yeah.
a style of painting.
Hey.
Anyway, the point is, you can tell it's very like fancy. There's lots of harpsichord being played and guys with frills.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it doesn't quite have that gritty Army of Darkness.
but here's what
feel,
happens,
yeah.
right? So here's what happens. So what I could glean is that Bruce Campbell was shown. They took stills of him, right? Poses of him being cheeky, which go ahead and open up the cover. Which you'll see. It's him doing his awesome Bruce Campbell cheekiness. So those stills were sent, and what he got back was this Frazetta-like setup. And he was given basically a day to approve it, and then it was sent out and finished. Look
So
at
good.
that cover.
That is very Frazetta.
Look at that.
He channeled Frazetta.
Now, I gotta say, the first time I ever saw this, I went into the neighboring town of where we are, a little bit north, and I go into this little movie theater. I don't even remember what we watched. I do not remember. But
I don't remember.
This was
Why
ni-
did you go to this theater?
This was 1992 because I went to go see the movie. And guess what was standing in the corner?
Oh, you fat! This was a cardboard
cardboard.
cutout.
It was a cardboard
Dude, you didn't
cutout.
throw that in your fucking trunk, bro.
And
Bro.
I stood there looking at that
Be
thing.
strong, bro.
It must
Steal
have been-
that shit.
It must have been the entire time whoever took me bought the tickets, bought the popcorn, did all the stuff. I stood there and looked at it. There's like little guys with like a fork trying to stab him in the
they're
boot.
down at the foot.
He's got the shotgun. I mean, it's not even. I mean, there's a chick. She's got some cleavage out. I mean, as a kid,
Dude,
as
tasteful
a-
cleavage.
looking-
Tasteful
but
cleavage.
I was like 4 or 5 years old, so I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, whoa!
I actually have a story to go along, like a memory lane moment. I forgot about it until I looked at this thing, and I saw it.
With Army of Darkness.
Army of
Oh,
Darkness.
here we go.
I saw it. We were in.
Kick it off.
We were in St. Louis, Missouri, and we were spending the day with my uncle and my cousins, and this is
They
kind
call
of
it
like,
Zuri.
Yeah, this is
Zuri.
this is the uncle that
Back in Missouri.
back in Missouri.
Back in the no-tooth
Yeah.
corn day.
Well, this is St. Louis, you fellas. But yeah, we went out. We had fucking McDonald's, which I never had. It was always like,
that Big Mac
we
sauce.
couldn't afford that shit.
I got a question.
I can't afford
different cities. Different cities have different states.
Yeah, they
have
do
different
that fried chicken
McDonald's
Big Mac
things. Like in
went to
Canada, you get
fucking
the
McDonald's.
You get the pizza in Canada.
I was thrilled. What? They have pizza in Canada?
Yeah, different states
So
have
in
different
your
stuff.
Happy Meals, did you get shotgun shells? Was that maybe like
I got a 9.9 in my Happy Meal.
Did you get?
That's when I got my first record deal. Yeah.
Did you get a little cardboard carton of
right.
wild turkey?
like a Confederate flag?
Nah,
just
I
rolled
pulled
up
I
in
pulled
there?
out my yellow Glock out of my Happy Meal, and I fired it into the sky. Yeah, I was like, bang bang, got my Happy Meal today. Bang bang, what the fuck you gotta say? No, okay, Uncle.
Ronald McDonald is very different in the South.
Fun uncle takes us, gets McDonald's. We go rent a movie. We rent Army of Darkness.
Yes!
I'm way too young for this shit. And tapes,
This is why I love this cover, folks.
Yeah,
no one can. It cannot be stopped.
Yeah,
the wormhole cannot be stopped with this shit.
Well, here's the part of the story that stings. Is my sweet grandmother spent all day making this like
Inks. What have you got for us?
Delicious manicotti, like baked ziti shit, all day long. Yeah,
she got the special sauce.
So fucking good.
She made the tomatoes.
We show up like at 9 o'clock at night after having watched Army of Darkness, McDonald's out.
Not in the South, because Missouri's
pissed.
Missouri's the Midwest.
Grandmama
not the
is
South.
pissed. She spent all day cooking this dinner. It's cold now. My parents, who were with her,
I gotta watch all this bull
what
crap.
the fuck? And they were like, Inks, you need to go and spend some time with your grandmother. I'm like, it's fucking 9 o'clock. She's like, Inks, you need to go pay attention to your grandmother. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock. I'm full of hot McDonald's.
I wanted to watch Deadites Get Chainsawed,
and so the only thing I can think to tell my grandmother about is this movie. And I proceed to act out this fucking movie to my like fucking hard ass matriarch, like fucking
and then he pulls out the shotgun and he shoots her in the face.
And needles, and I'm doing the little goody two shoes dance. I'm like,
you remember little goody two shoes?
Yeah, I was doing the dance. I'm like, and she is just laughing at me, thinking I'm probably the stupidest kid that ever was the result of things that burst forth from her loins.
And you know what?
This is your grandma?
This is my grandma. She
burst forth from her loins?
No.
Oh wow.
My dad burst forth. My dad burst forth from her loins, and then I burst forth from my mother's loins.
This is getting real Chinatown all of a sudden.
No, but she. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She's laughing.
Sometimes your grandma's your mom.
Well,
it's not that weird. Yeah. And your sister's your mom in real life.
Everything that's happened has happened.
Yeah. But. Yeah, and she's trying her damnedest to like engage with me because I didn't eat her manicotti and
manicotti. And that was a cover decoder stroll down memory lane.
Is there McManicotti?
McManicotti, pal.
In Italy.
Hey,
in
McDonald's get fancy.
Ooh,
are you
Italy.
Talking about the Cadillac King
fancy.
of Wabasha County? Manicotti.
Right. So here's what we got.
Let's reel in, guys.
Yeah, let's reel it
My
back.
bad.
So,
I just like.
I love it. Sheem in the back.
Just seeing this cover.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
So many memories.
You look at this cover, and for me, it's very much the same. This movie always sticks in my mind. I always sought it out. I watched it so many times with my brother and my friends. We would sit in his basement and watch this.
I remember watching it for the first time.
Look at this cover, and it's filled with so much. Now, I want you to look. Think of what we've learned. Think about Hasar. Think about that darkness. Think about the goofiness. Does this make sense?
It does. I
think this makes sense.
It does. I would really like to see his earlier shit, but like his ability to portray metal from that flower that I saw, that haunting clown.
No. The scary clown.
His ability to portray like light is superb.
Look, the tones are all there, and
it's perfect.
I'll be honest. This image doesn't quite do it justice. The lights and the darks are a little brighter in the actual image.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I do not connect the clown, the artist who did the clown, with the artist who did this picture.
I absolutely do. And here's the thing. First of all, this is hyper detail.
That's fine.
You can see that in both of them.
And here's the thing too: when you do work for different clients or whatever,
definitely
you mold yourself around them.
Sure.
And I can see what carried over. I mean, maybe he wouldn't have chose to do this in his free time, but he knocked it the fuck out of it.
No, here's the thing.
No, definitely. No, wait, real quick.
I
could imagine your person from last episode who did the thing art. I could see him painting this,
even though that was out of his wheelhouse. This is another.
This kind of seems
this is similar,
much like his artwork. Not this.
Well, and
Casar's
Simpson
artwork.
And
No.
Drew Struzan, he's like the industry standard. I didn't realize that when I picked him, but he's the industry standard. And if you have a young artist who's like, I've never done this shit before, what should I look to?
I disagree. See,
This is very
I
Franzetta,
think
though.
he was picked for this, and there's a reason why. Because this movie, I think, fits his flavor. And I think they knew that. Also, this is gesso and oil again.
Dude,
This is
right.
his medium.
And I'd say it's a great composition. You've got the hero lined right in the fucking front. He's
doing that smirky face.
Dude, he's obscuring the text, which is great.
You've got the awesome little dudes at the bottom.
Yeah, he's
You've got all
backlit.
the bits.
Yeah, it is an absolutely perfect
fucking masterpiece.
It's a
pal.
perfect
Absolutely.
cover. It tells you exactly what's in this movie. It's dark. It's gonna have some scares, but it's comical.
It's
comical.
It's all the things we talked about, which went into this cover.
It perfectly defines what the film Army of Darkness is all about.
And I think one of the most effective things too, and this is an effective thing in the film, is you've got this scene. It's medieval. The bride is medieval in there, and you've got the skeletons and everything. And he could pass as a peasant, maybe, except for the smoking.
There is no passing for a peasant. That's snarky.
No, but I mean, like he could pass. Sorry, he could pass as a medieval guy, except for the smoking chainsaw attached to his hand
and the jeans.
Yeah, so your eye is go. You're at the movie store.
Also,
right? You're at the movie store. You're passing along and you're like,
boys,
fantasy movie.
Let's just throw this out there.
Wait, is
the
that
only reason Bruce Campbell approved this was because of the abs that
God.
he was given?
Yeah.
Bruce, I'm sorry. You did not have those abs in this movie.
Yeah,
no way in hell.
Maybe he originally painted it with a slight gut, and then he was like, "No, you gotta change this."
You gotta oil it.
Nobody paints better.
No one paints Bruce in a corner.
He got the Man-O-War treatment.
Anyway,
nobody paints better abs than the guy you're paying.
I want to keep. Yeah, that's true. I want to keep steamrolling this. So there's a few more things I want to talk about this original cover. All right, this is the good cover. First of all, another thing is going to affect this. Do you know who helped produce this movie?
Well, I know it was obviously Sam Raimi, probably his
Johnny
brother.
Coffin?
Yep.
Johnny Coffin.
Bobby Coffin.
Bobby Coffin.
No, she's not directly behind his shoulder. Come on, it's not a Bobby Coffin. We all know that. Dino De Laurentiis.
Oh, that's right.
Dino motherfucking De Laurentiis.
Oh my God! You guys need to do
It's a
me a
Dino.
favor.
It's a Dino De Laurentiis.
Legend alert.
Dino.
You like it? So what other movie has a cover that we can compare this to?
Is the Conan.
It's the Conan cover. It's the Conan cover.
Because if it's gonna be Conan,
I remember picking blueberries. So you know, listen,
Conan.
you know, Dino was behind this. He's like, I like the Conan cover. Do something like that.
Yeah, dude, you guys got to do yourself a favor. There's an old interview on a podcast with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it's IDO 10 now is the name of the podcast. It changed, but if you scroll way back, there's an interview with Arnold, and he's doing Dino's accent in his Arnold. So he's doing the Italian.
This was a nigga. I didn't like you.
Schwarzenegger, I don't like it. You have an accent.
How do you have Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice and then even do an impression of how's that work?
You need to go and listen to the episode. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
That's mine.
Maybe we'll include it in the show notes.
This is the stuff I wondered as a kid. I was like, what would happen if you were like from like Mexico and you learn Japanese? Like, what would your accent to a Japanese person sound like?
It just sounds like a Japanese person.
No, but it would sound
because that's
different.
the point of acting.
But it would sound different from an American person learning Japanese or a German person learning Japanese. Everyone says
are going way off the beaten
I'm just
path.
curious.
Yeah, it's very curious. This is not accent decoder. This is cover decoder. Anyway,
accent decoder.
So,
accent.
Hey, if you have any, for my curiosity, if you have any links to
fill in the
videos,
gaps.
you just comment.
Let me
Comment.
finish up on this cover. So what
Yeah,
we have an artist. Also, he moved to Italy. I think there's a good reason to that. A lot of the artists that do covers, they live in fucking Italy, okay?
Really?
And they do. They're Italian. There's a lot of Italian artists that do this shit.
A lot of British.
That is a tapes fact right there.
I have a theory. A lot of people who do covers seem to come from Earth. They
Italy.
seem to come from Earth.
From
It's just a little theory that I have.
I think
interesting.
Covers like the snack on olives, so that's where they go. Anyway, the point is, listen, the fact of the matter is this cover was done by a guy who spent a lot of time perfecting his craft. He did oils, he did gesso, he figured out he did hyper detail, he went to school for it. He had this darkness in his soul. Clearly, he looks like Satan or a necromancer or a wizard, whatever. They picked him for this. He's done a lot of famous paintings for people, and so it's an easy springboard for him to do this.
Can you make me look like Bruce Campbell on Army of Darkness?
I will do that.
Mr.
Hey, let me call Mr. Hassan real quick. We're real good friends. He almost did an interview for me, so I know him pretty well.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is, this is clearly his piece. It's his stain. And this cover, I think it is undeniable. Everyone in this room, anyone who's seen the movie will say, this represents that movie perfectly.
Anybody who looks at this cover...
Can we say that?
Yes.
This is...
Resounding yes!
You look at this cover and you want to be Bruce Campbell.
And Michael Hassar, this shit right here, this is part of people's childhood. You have embedded this in the minds of so many people. I own this, of course, on VHS. I love it. I sniff it every day. I have it framed above my TV in Laserdisc.
Laserdisc, the future.
Now, real quick, we're gonna springboard into the bad, but I want you to remember Dino De Laurentiis.
Well,
all right,
so-
I want you to remember that.
Real quick, did he do
I just
any
want
more
you to remember
posters or cover art?
Yeah, what else did he do?
It's mostly clowns masturbating and tears and
Really?
nipples. Yeah, it's
What
mostly
a shame.
that. I haven't seen
Dude,
any
Michael, do some more movies,
do some more
bro.
covers, dude.
That's
My
your
question:
fucking calling, bro.
Does he just get paint in his beard all the time? Do you think he ties it up, like tucks into his
Absolutely.
belt?
Dude,
like
he's
a
got
dwarf?
he's got this image of him in one of his like masks with like a lollipop and like weird creepy
Oh, boy.
clown royalty. Anyway, the fact of the matter is we're moving on. So sometimes you get this, right? You get this gem. Now, last episode I also brought this up a little bit. I didn't want to talk about it too much because it was coming into here. When a company switches distributors, when a company switches distributors,
Oh my god.
the new distributor does not own the rights to the cover anymore. Okay, this is super important.
Shit.
So the original cover, this movie was it was released. Universal, of course, made the film. I believe they distributed it. I'm not sure entirely, but I'm pretty sure they did. The point is, Anchor Bay. We all of us VHS fans love and know Anchor Bay.
Love or is it Stanka Bay?
It's a little bit of a stank. Anyway,
Anchor Bay, they just take all the horror movies.
They're a
They're a production company.
Yeah, they pumped it out. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, when a production company acquires a film, they're not going to spend the money to get an awesome cover, and they're not going to pay for the cover. So they hire some guy, Dinky Doo, which is why I said last episode I'm going to dig into this more. I haven't yet, but I'm going to try and find some of these people, and they basically take pieces of the movie and composite a shitty cover to distribute, and that's where we get the second VHS release of Army of Darkness.
Tapes. I disagree with you on this. I like this.
I
I personally,
no.
you want to know what? I have.
No.
Listen to me. I have.
boy.
Why I like the original better. I actually have fond memories of this one.
tapes fight go. Bing!
I'm okay. I'm gonna describe this to you guys. Again, you can find this linked on our website. But this is a clip from the
This
movie.
is two clips.
Okay,
I don't even know where the skeletons are
This
from.
is a photo montage. This is a very popular thing that happened in the 1990s. It's a very sad thing where they went away from doing the artist-made posters and they started doing these photo montages. This is exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's two scenes. It's the scene where Evil Ash is about to get cut up, and behind him are some skeletons. The worst part about this to me is the shitty.
Oh my God.
The shitty PowerPoint font, Army of Darkness.
No, I like this.
In the center of the film.
Here's
with
the
a
stinger.
horrible skew.
Here's the stinger. He's got the exact same smile and look on his face that clown you showed us had.
It looks like to me. It looks like one of those old Universal monster movie covers.
No, dude, it is.
That's what it looks like to me.
Pixely. It
Listen,
is garbage. It is.
You're not
it's
wrong.
all right.
Bad cover.
You're not wrong, but this to me exemplifies that, hey, let's just package them and pump them, baby.
No, you're right. You're right in that respect.
Let's package them and pump them and get all the fucking
They spent
money.
no time on this.
Yeah.
No, it still tells you what the movie's about. It's still somewhat
Does
comical.
it?
It's got the font is very much that Indiana Jones, Army of Darkness, which it's an adventure movie.
Well,
all
right. So does this say adventure movie to you? What does this say to you?
This says a horror adventure movie. When I look at this, I see that Indiana Jones font. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I see the goofy, dusty skeletons, which means it's not really scary. It's more
This screams home movie to me. This screams Mr.
It
Jingles.
does. It
I don't see that.
This doesn't scream. You know what?
Mr. Fun.
Here's the thing. I see Bruce Campbell. And I'm like, okay, I know Bruce Campbell. This is probably not going to be super shitty. It's going to be great.
Trapped in time. Surrounded by evil, low on gas.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't
that's
mind it.
fantastic. That's fantastic.
I
I
don't mind
don't
it.
like that it's in a serif font. I'm gonna get really into the weeds.
That is a PowerPoint font
That
up
is
there.
a PowerPoint
I swear
font,
to
pal.
you.
Dude, yeah, this
You know
is
what? All fonts are
this is-
PowerPoint fonts.
this is
potentially.
Jimmy O'Brien doing a PowerPoint.
Jimmy
for his
O'Brien.
school. Yeah.
Hey,
my
Anchor
PowerPoint
Bay
is-
contacted me. They want me to do a cover.
The worst part of this is the digitally remastered in THX at the bottom. I hate
don't like that.
Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say.
But I think
No one cares about
but I
THX.
think
No
you're
one
right.
knows this.
It just now tapes it. It just hit me. You're right. Dino produced both Conan and Army of Darkness. Frazetta did the one for Conan. I could see how he was like, I wanted something that looked like a Frazetta. Yeah. And,
I chuckle and I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap this up.
and good on you, Dino, for putting it. Well, Dino's passed away, but good on Dino for putting out the money to get an artist to do the shit.
Here's the thing. You're not wrong. It's not as good as obviously the painted version. It's passable. I've seen way worse. I've seen way worse. Pay the
us
artist
to do good
don't
work.
do faux
I
collage.
will say I actually agree with Brengineer. I shit on this. I think it's horrible. I love it because for me, I know the film. So here's the thing: if I didn't know the film, I wouldn't have passed this.
I don't love it.
I would not have passed this up as a
Dude,
kid.
and
I would have been like, "This looks fun. There's
and-
skeletons. This guy's screaming. I want to watch this."
And we need to talk about this at some point. But there's a video. It's a really good video about how covers are done, and they all have the same kind of trope. But the horror trope is to do, or that suspense trope, thriller. There we go. Thriller trope is to have
the
your letters at a
skewed
slant.
coming at you. Army of Darkness. Now
Yeah.
here I'm gonna give you a little lesson, and here's the reason
Hey,
why.
Bruce Campbell, I heard somebody's trying to kill you.
I'm gonna give you the reason why Brengineer and myself like this cover, and why probably Tapes doesn't as much.
Tapes.
It's culture.
doesn't?
It's a culture thing. I love this because of VHS culture.
Inks doesn't like it.
Brengen, if you had seen this on DVD, would you have been as interested in it?
This is exactly when I saw it.
You
But
saw
the thing
this
is-
on DVD?
Yes.
If I had seen this on DVD, I would have avoided it. If I'd never seen the cover of Army of Darkness, if I had never seen the
this
movie,
screams
I
to
feel
me.
and
like-
I had seen that on DVD, I would have
This-
been like,
this
this
screams-
was made for $5,000 by a
Yeah.
bunch of college
This
students.
is $5 dump bin at Walmart.
Which is
See, the thing is, I already knew this movie, so I was just like, oh, it's just another. Yeah, I'm like, this
and
isn't as good. a cover.
and you know what? That's the only thing this cover has going for it. Boom.
nah,
next
still like
slide.
it.
The fact of the matter, the interesting thing about this, the only thing I want to get across really with this, is that when a distribution company changes, when they acquire something, they have to make their own shit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a lot of great covers in the future. I should say a lot of bad covers that probably have great origins.
However, it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes a cover starts out as a fat, ugly little grubby caterpillar, and then it blossoms later on in its life.
Sometimes it's a guy in a parka, and then
Yeah.
it turns into an amorphous face
An
under
amorphous
ice.
face.
Under ice.
But sometimes covers start out bad and they get better.
All right, so we had our good, we had our bad, but
Yeah.
I have one more tidbit that I want to add.
One more.
What was that you just brought up? about the Conan? About Conan?
I brought up the fact that you said this earlier, and it didn't quite sink in until I was looking at this this poor pitiful excuse for thing. That Dino De Laurentiis, he produced both Conan and Army of Darkness. And yeah, I don't know if he had a hand in it, but maybe his people had a hand in it. You know, I did some research recently, and I found the same art director across ages, and the art had changed, but the art director was the same. So maybe they said, "Hey, we got this Conan. It looks great. It's Franzetta. You got darkness in your heart.
Yeah, you got the Conan. You got the Frazetta to do the Conan.
Yeah, take the love child of your dark heart. And
open that
Frazetta
up
and put it together.
So I give you the last VHS cover. Look at that shit, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Wow. Okay, this is a perfect,
glorious. It is arguably just as good.
Well, it's not.
No, it is just as good.
I love his version. Here's my problem. I've seen this one before, and what's always bothered me about this variation of the cover is the undead.
I love it. I love it.
The undead horsemen underneath the title are
like that.
They're from the film. So what you have this amazing picture, which I've always loved.
Yeah.
It's Ash.
It's amazing.
He's got a chainsaw.
He's buff again.
He's buff, and then he's got his evil twin, above him. But below is a scene from the film, and so I do not like that mediums mash up.
I'm having an issue here. You love the last cover, but you don't like this one.
I like the last one
because there's awesome horse people on the bottom.
No. I like the last one because it was all photos.
Yeah. Here's.
I love the composition.
And I'll
honestly,
say this,
I love this cover.
And I'll say this too. Sometimes covers change, not for the better, not for the worse, but for the era. This absolutely is for a later era. Because this is a little bit more modernized, it's more gritty.
I've seen this one before.
This must have been the buff 90s in which this happened.
Yeah, this is not one I grew up seeing, though.
This was an alternate poster cover. It didn't come out later on the VHS copies, so this one came out later. I think this was the director's cut or whatever.
Trapped in
I want to just pause real quick.
By evil.
Low on gas.
I look at the back of this VHS.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
that is my childhood. The way
horror,
the
comedy,
is,
fantasy.
That's
what it's
about.
about.
The way the pictures are laid out.
I have to say this about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is the stuff I looked at and fantasized about. Not in a weird way, but like
I
go
not
home.
Women, not booty. It was guys with chainsaws.
It was horror. I go back. I just think about it. I'm like, what's going on in this movie? I could never rent it. My parents would never let me watch this movie.
I'm right there with you, pal.
I go to the video store. I find a video. I just want to rent it.
Dude, am I seeing this right?
My parents won't let me rent very long movies.
Am I seeing this right, or is his reflection in the Saw?
So let me
cover.
Let me break this down, okay? Because here's the thing. This is done by Renato Casaro. Anyways, Italian. Remember the Italians. This guy.
And make a cover.
Listen, this guy has a legacy, okay? He grew up as a kid. He went to the movies, and he looked at the posters.
Yeah.
He looked at the posters, and he said, that's what I want to do.
That's
what I want to do.
I'm going to make some greater poster.
I want to make the poster.
Sorry for the racist Italian accent.
So let me just throw a few of these out. Rambo. Flesh and Blood.
This is absolutely Rambo. If the first cover was Conan-y, this is Rambo-y.
Let me keep going. Tenenbaum, Red Sonja, Dune. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is why my mind is exploding. Because on Laserdisc, above my TV, I have the original Army of Darkness, and next to it, I have Renato Casaro's cover of Dune.
Insane.
What is There are brothers and sisters just going at each other in the cover world.
It's related.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful synchronicity thing.
Covers are important.
Oh, man. What's more important?
Yes.
There's one more poster he did.
One more again.
Conan the Barbarian.
He did another Conan.
What?
He did
madness.
Conan the Barbarian.
Wait, so did he do the...
It is not Frank Frazetta, boys.
It wasn't Frazetta who did that?
It was Renato Casaro, dude.
I told you it wasn't.
Oh, I'm thinking of the book.
I thought it was Frazetta.
I'm thinking of the book.
always thought it was Frazaza.
Dude,
Frazaze.
Okay, here's the deal.
Frazuzu.
Frazetta paints like
Frabetta.
Listen,
Fragaga.
Frazetta paints like he doesn't know what humans look like. It's like he was an alien and he added muscles.
Hey, does that look like a human?
Frazetta paints.
Yes.
Like
That looked like a human who did a lot of steroids.
Frazetta paints like you're a 13-year-old boy and your eyes close and you begin.
And you look at Marcy Williams in the 13th grade, and suddenly she transforms.
You play a little low music. You dim the lights a little bit, and you close your eyes, and you just see Franzetta images.
Eyes of blue.
You just see just muscle and
booty
and body
and
curve. Don't you ever talk about Franzetta like
it blew me away. I have 3 covers that have affected my life.
Yeah.
There's so many covers.
Damn, that blows my mind.
And it wasn't Frazetta. It was this guy, and this guy did so many covers that I love.
What's his name again?
Renato Casaro. He has a website. It's pretty horrible. Not gonna lie.
Looking it up.
I love you, but your website sucks.
Looking it up anyways.
It's on the thing.
You know, it's like millennials. They don't understand anything.
They do not know the website. I put my art on there. It doesn't even have his fucking posters on there. It's got like some weird animal art on there. I don't know what's going on.
It sounds like he.
It sounds like. Well, at least he's not painting clowns.
Look at this shit. I didn't like this shit.
Look at this shit.
Where is all the art?
It's an okay website. It's better than
actually next level. I think I used to own this book that had these animal drawings in it.
What?
Yeah.
What are we connecting more dingles together?
So many dingles being
are the dingles
attached.
connecting?
Ooh, painted movies.
Oh, painted movies. See more paint. His website's not done. He apologized for it. Anyway, the point is...
No website shaming here.
Guys, you gotta dig into this, alright? You start with Hisar. You go into, like, how companies distribute films. You find out that, these things from your childhood, you might love them, but the fact of the matter is they're still shitty, right? But, someone out there made those covers, right? Someone made those covers, and they're still impactful. But then it goes into other ones. There's always more poster covers that end up on special editions or whatever. And these guys, they've done so many different things.
You look at that movie poster, right? Not nowadays. Nowadays, you just take a Photoshop, blah, you stick it on a thing. There you go.
Like the second Army-of-Darkness cover?
I will say, there's a resurgence. There's a resurgence.
But you look back,
there needs to be. We need that.
You look at the painting, and there is so much lore that goes into that, into those old school covers, even those crappy ones. I mean, we talked about Deathstalker.
That
have these high fantasy concepts that are beautifully painted.
Yeah.
Like, there's lore in that painting.
And I will say there's hope for you youngins, because places like Alamo Drafthouse, Mondo, they've done this whole alternate movie poster thing when they show they show old movies. There's incredible art for alternate posters. Go to mondo.com and look it up. We'll talk about that on a later date, but there's some incredible stuff, and there's a research. I think a lot of production companies are taking notice, and you're seeing that style come back.
Well, I think so. This is a big thing for me. Going back to culture, I think it's really covers have embedded in our culture. For instance, they've cashed in on this. You know what you remember? We remember things like Army of Darkness. We remember things like Crawl. We remember these things, but the movie...
Crawl! Hold on.
No. We're not going to go into that. We're not crawling right now.
Crawl! No. I'm crawling so hard right now.
We're moving on.
I want to talk about Crawl!
No, we're moving on later. Memory lane later.
Tune in next time.
But, like... Yeah, you got to deal with it, pal.
You ripped my shirt. My Crawl shirt.
But new movies... They don't stick with you. You don't remember that shit. The cult classics and the new cult classics, things like Mandy, like they've created.
Oh, Mandy's a great one.
But that if you threw up Mandy next to this, you would see similarities. You would see
absolutely.
the parallels.
What do you remember better? Do you remember?
Oh my God, Terminator 2? Are you serious?
Dude, we can't go down the Renato. We can't go down Renato.
Real quick, do you remember? Do you remember the last?
No.
Do you remember the last Mission Impossible movie?
No.
Right? Wait, listen. This is for the listener. ask yourself, do you remember the last Mission Impossible, or do you remember the Goonies better?
Goonies, all the fucking way.
Goon.
Exactly.
Goon.
You know what Tom Cruise is missing? A big smashed head.
A giant
sidekick.
He's
That's
missing.
right.
He's missing 2 forearms stacked
Yeah.
on top of each other.
Can you imagine him holding the wire when Tom Cruise dropped down in Mission Impossible 1? Just, hey, Tom Cruise!
Hey, Tom Cruise! So the fact is, it really does impact our culture, and we remember these things, and that's cult classics. Dude, I can almost guarantee every cult classic you remember the motherfucking cover.
All
right?
The cover sets the tone.
It sets the tone
There
of
are so
the
many
film.
movies that are not as good as their cover, and the movie actually makes you the cover actually makes you enjoy the movie more.
Absolutely. So, in closing,
Closing.
for my segment, thank you, Michael Hassar. I think your clowns are weird. I think your covers are great, the one that you've done, and you should just put some more out there, make a book or some shit.
And if we're wrong, let us know.
Yeah,
if
give us
there
some
are
more covers.
Michael Hazar, we will scoop it up
Also,
with our fucking ice cream scoop.
I can't
and
wait
just-
to see you in Devil in Me. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be fantastic.
Anchor Bay,
2019.
somebody did something. Let me know. If you guys know who did that cover, contact us. And Renato Casaro, we're fucking coming for you, dude. We got a big old load.
You have an incredible archive.
Yeah, we're gonna crack it.
He did over the top.
We're gonna
He
tap
did
that
over the
keg.
top. Well, Sylvester Stallone.
I'm trying to do an arm wrestling contest, and I just won my keg!
Let's put a pin in that.
So, before we move on, I believe Brengineer has a juicy little segment over there. We have our first sponsor. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am so proud to announce that finally, Tangs has sponsored us. Is that not the most amazing news you've heard? I can't believe it.
So much hanger steak.
So much. So, real quick, they've sent us a little bit, so I'm just going to read it. Thank you so much to Tangs for reaching out for us and just allowing us to have this sponsorship.
Sponsoring us and letting us,
make
a go at it.
So here we go. So Tangs is a noble establishment built for the hard-working, leather-clad meat dangler. They deal in artisanally hand-loomed straps of moist hanger steak and sashay a throng of sack-only beef boys. Tangs is located in the greater Milk Valley off 33rd and Salusa, across from Dusty's Chicken Mall and Adult Boutiquerie. Head on down to get a real taste of American leather, and remember, if it don't hang, it ain't Tangs.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tangs, thank you for being our first sponsor. Head on down to Milk Valley. Get yourself a barrel of hanger steak. A sack.
Make sure to make it down to Ratter Days where they play nothing but Rat.
Rat,
all
yeah.
day long.
They have Sugar Sundays, a Def Leppard only, Balls Out,
Mustache
hang time.
Mondays.
And
Half
as
off of
always,
everything if you have a rockin' stash.
no shaft ever.
No shaft, just white knuckles on nutsack. Almonds in the wind.
Almonds in the wind.
We're going to segue. I believe Brengineer over here has something built out of rock
A little
that
out.
I personally love. What do you got over there?
Rocky.
I'm going to start by telling you a little story. I'm going to take you back in time. Now, my love affair with heavy metal began when I was about 16, 17 years old. Black Sabbath, Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden. And I thought
Classic.
I knew
The beginners.
Classic.
I thought I knew what love was.
Yeah.
I thought I knew what love was. Do you guys know what love is?
Yeah, it's like when you get the thing in your pants.
No!
You're like, I choose you.
It's like
Squirtle and shit.
Yeah, it's
Dick
like
at
when
you?
you climb the rope in gym class.
Oh,
Makes you
yeah.
feel
And
kinda
you know
funny.
everyone's looking at the pant leg.
Hey,
No.
don't worry about it. That's nothing you need to look at. I gotta go.
Love is when you're on the YouTubes. You're in college,
Love is covers.
and you're sitting there. You're in the cafeteria at
Love comes in
college.
spurts.
You're sitting there by yourself. You got your computer open in front of you. You're looking through the YouTubes, and you see a little picture there for a band called Manilla Road.
Oh.
And you're like, I wonder what Manilla Road is.
Oh.
And you press the play button, and your life has
The
changed
Little Master!
forever. Indeed, Manilla Road.
Oh,
Manilla
so
Road.
many songs.
Now,
Mr. Logic's 1 through 5.
there are many subgenres of metal.
so many 8-bit covers. I love it.
You got your metal, your metal. You got heavy metal. You got power metal. You got black metal, death metal. It goes on and on
But
and on.
then
and
you
on.
have throbbing,
So-
veiny, heavy metal.
So Manilla Road coined epic metal. This was their thing, right? These
Or
guys
E-Med for short.
exactly. They
That
started
sounds
back.
like erectile dysfunction. Some sort of version.
I've got earhead.
Like curvy
Ask your
penis
doctor about
erectile
E-Med.
dysfunction. I
Yeah.
can't curve straight, and I'm also
Ask your doctor
defunct.
about E-Med. May cause internal bleeding, anal seepage, bad credit.
I don't mind all the other stuff. It's the anal seepage that really gets to me, Martha. So here's the deal.
Back to the road.
Manila Road, Wichita, Kansas. Started back in the 70s. Started putting out records in the 80s.
That's right. Epic metal can come out of Kansas.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah.
You have nothing else to do.
There's not a lot that comes out of Kansas.
I gotta use my imagination to be happy.
So this
It was a dream.
What
What
I'm-
a dream!
when I'm holding my hands.
Fight that Gornak.
I'm holding my hands is the second Manila Road record
Oh, so
entitled
good.
Metal.
Metal.
You see, this is before. I mean, you can hear like back in the 70s, different bands talk about metal, heavy metal, but they're usually talking about cars or motorcycles
Listen,
or
let's just put it
whatever.
all out there.
But the genre wasn't really like solidified until the 80s. And
Yeah, we
and
could go round and round.
we can go round and round
about that.
about all that kind of stuff.
We could pour some sugar on that topic.
But 1982, Metal came out, and this is the perfect example of good cover, bad cover. I would say it went from bad cover to mediocre cover, but still,
Hey, I love this cover.
the mediocre cover I hold in my hands
Here's the
is
thing.
is much better than the original, and there's a story to it.
You come
Prop
out,
that up.
you
Prop
co-
that-
You,
prop
you
that
come
up.
out with a bad cover first, so whatever you come out
Look at
after
that.
yeah.
What are we seeing? What are we seeing?
Okay.
I see a red, throbbing heap of rock. Behind it, you know there was an explosion. Many small, armored Pompeians are running, screaming for their lives, and above them rises a metal behemoth saying, Manila Road! I
Yeah.
love this cover. It's shitty and dorky, and I love it. It's what I love about unknown 80s
It's
metal bands.
Metal letters spelling the word metal
And
rising out of
And there's this really
molten
sad little
ground.
sword, and there's a volcano background. This piece is by Alexander Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Reading.
Oh, we have her Duke.
So
Our Duke.
he's got a website. Sadly, my opinion is this:
Looking it up.
if you are, it's such a hard thing these days because there's so much technology. A lot of people are doing digital art. That's fine.
You're Ben Stillring over there.
Basically, you have your Picassos. I wouldn't say Picassos, but you have your people who are really good at the digital art, and the people who just aren't really that great at the digital art, but they do it and they manage to make money.
Is this digital art?
This is digital.
It doesn't
Yeah,
look
this
like
is
digital.
This, it is. It's computer. It's
Really?
computer. You can totally tell.
I'm very impressed.
You can see the the brushes.
Well, we're looking at it from a distance. If you get up on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you can. And I know what it is. Digital
I've
art-
done digital art. I can do this piece. I could probably do in about half an hour. Easy.
I'll say this.
Inks. What do we have? What do we have? Are we gonna have a clash of?
Engineer is quite talented. maybe a half hour for him, not for me.
Really?
Dude,
this is.
Okay.
Look at the shading.
But
look at the fire.
What I wanted to say is, like, when you look at digital art, especially if someone is, just fucking around with it, like, we all have. Everything is soft. Everything is soft
because you start off as just a light brush.
Yeah, it's hard to commit. It's hard to commit. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I have all these brushes, and I'm gonna go like I'm gonna do so much. I'm gonna be like an airbrush, and I'm not making fun of you, Alexander Vaughn. I think it's an incredible cover,
just a little
and
bit.
You did a great job. And at a distance, I mean, I don't see those things, but if you
Yeah.
pull up on it, you will see the softness, and that's just something that happens with digital art.
To me, that's cutting.
It is. It cuts.
Look at the Aurora Borealis.
Use your hands. I mean, it's incredibly effective. Who knows if he would have done that by hand?
You know what?
I don't know if he could have gotten that.
I love
galaxy
this.
In the background.
This is everything I want in a metal. Here's the thing. Here's what you have to understand. Manila Road is not a. So even if you're a metal fan, I bet you right now you're like, well, I don't remember them when the new Disturbed came out. Manila Road has been around forever, and no one knows who they are because there are layers. Everything has layers, folks. We're getting back into culture. Here we go. Ready?
But
pop.
Yeah.
There are pop groups no one knows. Rap groups. There are rap groups no one knows. Metal. There is the Disturbs and the Corn on the Cobs. And the whatevers, I don't know,
The Alcoholicas.
Whatever. And then you go all the way down, you get into the true metal. Now, I'm not saying you guys who listen to that other fluffy, horrible garbage don't like the true metal, but the true metal, the bottom line, the working man, Manila Road is that shit.
They were a working band. I mean,
they were a motorcycle gang.
These guys started in the 70s, and I went and saw them with tapes. And for what was that, 40 years?
Yeah.
40 years of a career. And I was in a room with probably less than 200 people.
Yeah. And that was like max. It was a small venue.
Club, and there they were, and that's what they do.
And you know what?
They never blew up.
Every single person in that room had a tattoo. They had a patch. Or they knew every single fucking lyric.
Patch 2.
That was going out.
So that is the good cover or the bad cover?
So this is the, I would say, it's the good cover. I mean, it's not my favorite art.
This is the newer cover.
It's the newer cover. It's the remake.
So what was the problem with the other cover?
I'm going to show you. This is the original.
Holy
not good.
shit in a sock. That sock that your mom found, well, she just found stool in it. And she's like, what is wrong with you, Jimmy?
So this...
What is wrong with you?
I was expecting to find a cement sock, not shit.
Yeah. Why is there shit in there? If you want to do porn, that's fine, but don't shit in your sock, Jimmy.
You gotta move to Germany for that shit.
And Jimmy said, you have my shit!
You have my shit! You have my shit!
All right, so
this to me looks like an accident.
What happened?
There's a whole story behind this.
That's horrible.
So,
there's such a story. They put it on the other side of the vinyl.
So this front cover is by Stephen Pierce.
It's good. It's flavor though.
I wasn't able to find anything about Stephen Pierce exactly. But
wait, is it not? It's not the same artist. It's a different artist.
Different artist. So
you poor bastard.
Yes. So Manila Road re-released.
You know what? We're not going to shame you, Stevie, because something happened. Something went wrong.
You can tell that.
Manila Road went ahead. They re-released this record on High Roller Records, metal, and they wanted to kind of pay tribute to the true cover, right? And explain what happened to the true cover and why they went ahead and did a new cover, which I think is really cool.
But could they not get the original of the old cover?
So this is it. So we'll read the interior here and we'll see the full story behind it. But honestly, I stayed away from this record. My first brush, which made me fall in love with Manila Road, was their album The Deluge, which has incredible artwork.
See, for me it was Crystal Logic.
Well, yeah, right. And so their later albums have just really beautiful artwork. And this one, I only just saw this abortion of a cover, and I'd maybe stay away.
It shouldn't have lived.
That's what happens with a bad cover. You look at it, you're like, I don't want to hear that. I don't. Yeah, you know.
Covers are important.
Covers are important, right?
But see, this isn't even good bad. This is just like what were you doing?
So this is actually a scan of the original vinyl cover. This is what came out, right?
Why?
So here's what happened, and I'm just going to read the insert here.
Yeah,
It'll
like
tell us the best.
This will give you the whole story.
Can you do it in your best narration voice?
The metal artwork. Ah, yes! The art for the cover of the metal album is what I would have to call the most lackluster that has ever appeared in the Manilla Road album. And to make it worse, when we pressed the project, the resolution of the art did not transfer well to the cover at all.
Well, they just get like a piece of paper with a cover on it?
It seems that way. It lost definition and much of the subtle imagery that was in the original artwork. Unfortunately, at that time, we were not very well off financially and could not afford to correct the problem, so we were sort of forced to release it the way it was. The original has much more going on in it than what the transfer exposed on the album cover. There was a misty mountain range in the background.
It was a bad scan.
Along with lightning crackling out of the night sky. A river of blood streaming down from the volcano-laden mountain range in the distance.
This sounds awesome!
And the misty
see the
fog that
original.
was creeping around the river of blood. All these images were faintly done in the original and lost most of their definition when it was transferred to the LP cover. When we got our first copies, we were absolutely disappointed.
Did Mark the Shark just sit on the original canvas and destroy it?
There's a chance. But we had a distribution. We had our distributors clawing at us for the release, and Roadster needed to sell the product before we could afford to make any corrections. And then, when all was said and done, we decided to put the profits of those issues of Metal into the re-recording budget for the next release. The recording budget for the next release, which was ending up being Crystal Logic.
Crystal Logic's 1 through 5! Well, that was a good move. Good move.
Yes, indeed. So we never did go back and do any correcting. And as a matter of fact, we never did any second pressing of the album.
I'll be honest, Manilla Road, you kind of
If my
shit the
memory is
bed, dude.
correct.
Like, the poor artist. That sounds like an awesome cover, dude.
And like I said, we don't want to shame the artist because
Well, either
It
of
wasn't
them,
his
because
fault.
you can't blame Manilla Road because they're like, dude, we're literally drinking beer, eating fried chicken, and maybe like going to Tang's once in a while.
No, these
we don't have the money.
I was gonna say these fuckers are living on ramen at this time.
Yeah, they couldn't do it, but at the same
They're like
time,
us.
what happened to the original? Where is it?
And this
Yeah,
happens
dude.
a lot.
Okay, so the original artist was who?
The original piece by Stephen Pierce.
Stephen Pierce. We don't mean to shame you, bro. If you are out there,
It's not a shame, but contact us.
if
Give
you
us
are
that
out
piece,
there
dude.
and you have that original piece, we want to revive that piece. We want to show people the original vision.
I want to see the river of blood, the misty mountains.
We'll take out our ice cream scoops again, and we will slam this cover goodness into our faces as we do every episode.
I'm not gonna lie, a Manilla Road Legacy edition is on its way.
It is on its way.
I will also say it's the importance of
And who was the artist of the new stuff, the new good?
the new artist was by Alexander von
Brechen!
Weeding.
Weeding!
Wieding.
When I am not in the dungeon, I am doing very retro covers. Yeah.
And so there you go. So in short, in conclusion, I gotta say, Metal is an amazing album. If you want to sit down and you want to hear some great early classic heavy metal, there's a song on here called Defender, which is about it's from the point of view of a Defender arcade machine, asking the player to put quarters into it to play it. It's incredible. And I never thought I'd hear that song live. And last time they came, they went ahead and they played that song.
Yeah, you know what?
Sadly, Mark the Shark,
the passed away.
The brain of this band,
Yep.
the leader of this most epic, legendary, influential. I mean, this band is influential in metal circles. You go up to any long-haired shirt-wearing guy and you say Manilla Road, they're like, oh yeah.
Unless they're wearing a Dimmu Borgir shirt, in which case they probably won't know what you're talking
They're
about.
probably like, oh, I don't know anything about those lame bands.
Yeah, have you heard the new Cradle of Filth? And I'd be like, we can't go toe-to-toe, I'm sorry.
So yeah, you want pure, beautiful, heavy, just rock and roll. At this point, it was just really great rock and roll, folky kind of vocals, songs about arcade machines.
Yeah.
Oh,
and covers that are. You know what? This cover is great. I love this cover. This is everything I love about metal.
I'm gonna go home after this recording. Listen
to the shit out of that cover. We're gonna
yeah.
listen to that.
Get out the needles.
I'm gonna pull out my sock from the little box.
I'm gonna stick some hanger steak in my teeth.
Come in here.
As always, thanks for listening to us.
Yes. Make covers. Covers are important.
Stream the covers, watch the covers, listen to the covers.
Yes.
And you know what? Once
going.
again, give us covers. Please.
Give us covers.
Give us covers, give us information,
I
give
don't
us
care.
people.
I don't care if it's a band that one person likes. If it has a sweet cover, I want to support those
Good
people.
shit is out there. Yeah, we want to support you.
If it's a bad cover, I want to take a dump on it.
And you
I want to poop on the cover.
You send those sweet morsels of cover to coverdecoder@gmail.com. You can also find us at coverdecoder.com and
hit us on our Insta.
on the Insta, also again at coverdecoder. And please, if you appreciate this show, it goes a long way if you subscribe on whatever you listen to your podcast on and give us a good review.
We'll take it.
We'll eat
Chalky
that
donut.
We'll eat the shit. We'll eat the shit.
All right, night.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. And once again, it is Cover Decoder!